meeting of December. This is a fun time of year. Like, you guys, are you blown away by the amount of sales that people have been sharing? Okay, wrap your brain around this. There's a new gal. I know this is like side note, but you got to hear this, right? It's December. Call in and listen to the hotline, just like what we talked about last week. Take your mental bath. On the hotline, she was sharing about a new consultant in the month of December, right? And she lives in all places, Wisconsin. Okay, now I do not live in Wisconsin. I live in Oregon, and I know Veronica's in California. So the temperatures are a little bit, and I live in Southern Oregon. So not like where it's freezing, but even like, you know what I mean? Like the temperature, Wisconsin, Oregon, California, a little bit different. I love it. Brand new consultant. Within 3 days, she had sold over $3,000. You're like,
ooh, that's awesome.
Right? She sold a store in 3 days, working from home in her PJs because there was a snowstorm, right? And how she started, it made me think of Danielle Melanson, because this is how she started, with just like the men that she works. I don't know women. Okay. This gal, she made a list of 60 men that her husband knew or worked with. And that's where she started. She's like, can I help you with your holiday gift giving this year? And within 3 days, she had sold $3,000 from a list of 60 people. Rock on. Okay, there's one more.
Awesome.
Listening to Lisa Matson, and I don't remember the gal's name. She was doing recognition. One of the ladies had a $20,000 open house. Right? I know, are you having like, I hear these numbers and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is so exciting. This is why this is the biggest selling time of the year. And you guys, we're in December. This is when this isn't from like Pink Weekend, anything like that. But my final one I'm going to share with you during our holiday looks training. So I'm going to keep that. But we just want to say, we've got our pom-poms out. We want to say, for those of you that are already girl boss achievers, that means you have in 300 wholesale or more before the 15th. Congratulations. We are celebrating you. I love it. You are right on track to earn the beautiful earrings this month. Okay, pay attention. Are beautiful. They're delicate, even though they look scrumptious, right? Like they look big. Bigger, you are going to love them.
Amy, somehow you're muted. I don't know if it's on my end or yours.
Back and ready.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, not sure what happened there. Glitch. We love technology. Okay. So let's talk about some holiday looks, because we thought we would bring you some fun, just some hands-on training, because I don't know about you, I'm a visual learner. And so we're bringing that to you. But before we talk about holiday looks, part of this is booking. This is a big booking time of year. And a lot of that is your mindset and your mentality. And so ways that you can book this time of year, this time of the month, book before Christmas or after Christmas appointments. People either have time before or they don't, or they're saying, I have time after. Or if they don't have time between that, like week before Christmas and New Year's, they can be your first bookings for January. You guys, we're not too far out to start booking those. And New Year, New You makeovers are so much fun. And so this is the time of year to really dive in and get those. So when you're talking about booking, just think, okay, what are my options before Christmas, after Christmas, or January? Those are the options that you can give people. Okay. Or if you're like, I take off, okay, then just get two, right? Like use the tentative booking approach. But then there's options. You can send out holiday hug packets, like, right? Like, why not? Okay. I know you're like, you shouldn't send out packets unless you have a booking on the date book. That's not necessarily true. I do think if you have clients that maybe haven't tried products in a while, sending them a holiday hug is brilliant. We just sold a repair set last week or the week before from sending a holiday packet. Did not do an online appointment with her, like she was not present, but she tried. She's a big girl. She tried the products herself and we followed up with each other and she loved it. She was a client that was used to using the 3D. Now she's using the repair. So you guys just play with that. But holiday hug packets are huge. Color fun, right? Thanks, Carrie Ramirez. I love, she was sharing some things with me the other day. Pink Printing has some really cute postcards that you can use, creating some color fun for your clients. One of them happens to be a how to contour. And so on the front of the postcard, it says how to contour. And then on the back are the instructions. And then you put the color in there with your clear envelope, seal it, and you can send it to them. You guys, this is, and even if you don't send it to them, get together with them. And that's how you gift it to them. And they're like, woohoo, that's amazing. And then an eyeshadow tutorial is another one. So on the front of the postcard, it says eyeshadow tutorial. And then on the back, it has how to do the eyeshadows, right? So if you're not live and in person, or maybe they're not watching one of your virtuals, this is a great way to continue to be in front of people and to book appointments. Another one I picked up from Jackie Calhoun recently is she did a holiday appointment, but it was kind of like, do you remember those Build-A-Bears? I mean, they created a store from it, right? But it's a Build-A-Basket. And so she didn't she didn't spend time making a dozen baskets. She made, I think, one or two baskets, but then she put out all of her products that she had, built her store with over the last year or so. And people could come and they saw what the basket looked like. And then it was them getting to build a basket. They knew that this is about what was in the basket. And from that Build a Basket, I know at her appointment, she sold, I think, 6 baskets at $85. So it was about a $600. I don't know. She added up. There might've been other sales too, but it was over $600 in sales from one open house. You guys, could you get excited about, that's like a couple hours worth of work and you're profiting $300, right? That's incredible. I love that. That's some fun money. So other things you can do, people are buying from our new Mary Kay app, right? So they can go on and play around with the app and buy color looks directly from the app. It's amazing. So play with it yourself, have customers play with it, and then give them gift giving ideas from it. It can save everything. From the app, they can call you, text you, they can connect with you on Facebook, however you guys want to connect. But it's a great way to play, especially this time of year, because people can play from home. They can play with you in person on it, or they can play virtually. You could sit down with your devices, and play virtually right there with each other. Okay. So how many of you, though, we all know that we learn a lot more. I know when I want to up my skills, I type up Robert Jones tutorials. They're classic. They look good on everybody, and I pull them up. So we thought, okay, Veronica's going to give us just some ways that you can take your natural look and turn it into a holiday look. And watching it is the best way to learn, right? Okay, and listening. So here's for your listening and watching pleasure.
All right. So, hey guys, I just have kind of a natural look on. I don't have, anything super special. This is kind of a look that I do almost every day. And I just have a natural lip. I have the Bashful You, Naturally You, semi-matte. So one of the things that's really simple that you can do is an extra coat of mascara, but not just any mascara. Do some lash intensity. Pump it up, really, really, really pump it up. And so just an extra coat of it does a lot. So I'm going to do kind of an extra coat here, and I'm going to just kind of work on this one eye so you can kind of see the difference, one eye to the other, of the difference it makes. So there we go, just did kind of one extra coat. And then I'm just doing a coat of Iconic Red. It's a bright gloss. Don't be scared of it. It's not as crazy. And I'm doing it right over a nude lip. Look at this. It's amazing. It looks so chic on. Really simple. But look at this. It's your basic look. And all I did is pump it up. That's how much time you literally could take. This is all that you have to have in your purse. Like all of a sudden I'm going from work, I have to go to a work party, or gosh, hello, it's December. I should maybe wear some of my Mary Kay products and pump it up a little bit, because I will tell you, when I wear a bright lip, people always ask me what I'm wearing. They know I'm wearing Mary Kay, but they still always ask me, what's that lip? Because people are always looking for a red lip that they're not scared of. And a gloss is really easy to wear. And if you do it over a nude lip, it just kind of holds and catches. So that's an easy thing to do. Okay, I'm going to work on the other side now and show you something simple that you can do. Now, it doesn't always have to be red. I love a red. You know that. I wear lots of reds. Red Smolder is a great red to wear. I'll pop that on later to show you. But a great option is to do a berry. It's kind of the like tippy toeing into the pool wearing an appleberry. So this is the appleberry. I'm just going to go right over the top so you can see. A berry is a great option for holiday to just kind of pump up a little bit. And then if you're kind of a little scared of liner or not sure, just take your Mary Kay black eyeliner and kind of smudge it into your lash line. And I just am kind of going on that outer third. And the part that kind of makes it fun is kind of kicking it up on that corner. It kind of gives a little bit more classic look, a little Audrey Hepburn. I'm keeping it a little thicker right out here. So see, that is literally all I did, is I did the appleberry and a little thicker liner, but it just pumped up that basic look. So very simple things you can do. You could add a little bit more mascara on that side as well, but it doesn't take a lot of time. It's like one product, a simple thing you can do. If you want to actually do a red lip, I'm going to just kind of blot a little bit of that Iconic Red off. And this is the Red Smolder. I dare you. It's not too scary. It's not firecracker red. Do it. It is a color that I wear year round, but I double dog dare you to pull out a red smolder and wear it this holiday season. This time, December, beginning of December, all the way through February is prime time to wear a red lip. Pull it out. It's super fun. Even when you don't have a lot of makeup on, just have very faint eyeshadow on, a little extra mascara. It just pumps up your whole look. It's something simple that you can do that elevates it and brings the whole look together. All of a sudden you're on trend for holiday. All of a sudden you're in the holiday spirit, and all you did was throw on a little bit of lipstick. So Amy Spence, I double dog dare you to pull out a red smolder.
I'm laughing. I'm taking little notes and everything, but I'm like, those are the tools. I'm like, if you're a minimalist kind of, or a simple with makeup, those are the exact tools that I keep in my toolbox for when you do want to step it up. Red, she's right. Like, put on red lipstick. You don't have to look at yourself, but when you wear it, people don't stop talking to you. It's like you are a talk to me magnet, and it is incredible. And so, yes. And honestly, red smolder and that red gloss looks good on everyone, and appleberry. So if you're trying to figure out like what colors you're like, but I'm not sure, she just gave you 3 looks that you can. So I'll recap it. In my notes, what I wrote down was the lash intensity because she was pumping up the lashes. And so if you really want to pump up the lashes, lash intensity, and you can actually fan out the tips with another mascara if you needed to, but the lash intensity is really something to use to pump it up. And then the iconic red gloss. So that's one. The second one was Appleberry and the black liner, right? Black is classic. Like, you don't have to use it as a crayon, but did you hear what she said? To get that glamour look, you're making it a little bit thicker when you're smudging it into your lashes. So I really love that. I wrote that down. And what I was thinking is like, blam, bam. Like, that's what she did. Like, pump it up, just think blam, bam. And you're set for the holidays. Because for the holidays, that's what people do, right? Like, you step it up just a little bit. Like, I think you said that so well. You pump it up. And then red smolder was another option. And I like that you gave us that, because sometimes I hear from some clients that they can't, some people prefer a lipstick, some people prefer a lip gloss. Now you could layer the two if you wanted to, or you could just go, but those are absolute classic pieces to have in your toolbox. The other one I was going to give you was, okay, I have to, she's like, oh Lord, these, right? Like, I do have to talk about the sheer illusion, because it is like, she started out, I know, with the nude lip, and that is a perfect, like she said, this is a natural kind of an everyday look. Even if you have extra color, you can always add the sheer illusion over the top of any of them. And it's that perfect pop. Like, if she, even though like you can see on both sides, like maybe she just adds the sheer illusion over the berry side, or maybe you mix it in with the gloss. It totally changes the look, and it's really fun. But I had to talk about this because this is in the 12 days of faves too. And so if you really, I'm like, give it to your best girlfriend, give it to whoever, because then there's 12 little gifts that they can open up. And this is just perfect to pump it up for the holidays. And so that little sheer illusion is the final little tip that you could add in there just to kind of glam bam your look. Did you think of, you're like, okay.
I was going to say, the main thing to keep in mind is, you know how long kind of your basic makeup look takes when you're getting ready in the morning. This adds an additional 2 minutes. That's all. It doesn't add 45 minutes. You don't have to stress about getting ready for a holiday party and this is how long it's going to take. It doesn't need to be that. It's 2 extra minutes. It's something that you can do, because some of us have lives that are, we have kids that have performances and all the extra things that happen in December, and they've got this, and then we're going to this work party or this gathering or this thing at church. There's extra events that are happening that maybe didn't happen last December, and we're kind of getting back into the swing of things a little bit. And so it doesn't take a ton of extra time, and they're the things that you can just have in your purse.
I like
that, you don't need to stress about. It's like, okay, I've got these 2 things in my purse, in my makeup bag. I'm good. I've got everything I need.
Thank you. Thank you for keeping it simple just for me. Because when you said that, I was like, thank you. That's like, well, in this time of year, you said holiday parties, people are carrying around smaller purses because they're going to a play, or they're going, like you said, they're going to something where they don't need the big bag, but they need the clutch. And in the clutch, you can fit your mascara and your lip color. And what's amazing, I mean, even on the holiday, we watched our first holiday movie this weekend, and I love it. Like, in part of it, she's fixing up her look. And what does she do? She adds a little eyeliner and she adds a little lipstick. It's a totally new look, right? So if you want to pump it up for the holidays, do that. And if you're like, if you really, really, really need to be extremely simple, there you go. Iconic and intensity, and you are good to go. They both fit in your clutch and you are set. So challenge before, I'm going to give you the challenge before we just give you a couple reminders here, but the challenge then, clearly, if you missed it from her, is to try a new look. Try a new look. One of my girlfriends messaged me from playing with the app the other day, and she's like, I'm so excited. I love this look. You'd be so proud after 13 years of, wearing the same look. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, you should have heard the joy and the excitement in her voice from trying a new look. So we challenge you to try a new look, and then ask 5 of your friends to try a new look too, because they may just need that challenge from you to be brave. And so just ask 5 to try something new. And you know what? When they do, maybe what you could do, since we have the flash sale going right now still, it is still on. We have that flash sale, is to offer them when they try that, you could give them half off on the lash, or not the lash primer, the foundation primer or the finishing spray, right? You do need those for your holiday looks, right? The finishing spray is my favorite. These are two favorites. Like, you would never do glamour without a foundation primer, and you would never leave without the finishing spray. I mean, there you go. So that's what it is. So you try something new, ask 5 to try as well. And then what was I going? Oh, you heard
You
the
had
flash
another
sale is still
something.
going on. Huh?
You had another something from Lisa Matson's hotline.
No. And that was
Okay.
the build a basket, and then the 20,000,
Okay.
and then the 3,000. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, I hope that excites you and pumps you up just as much as it does me when I hear those numbers. I think sometimes people can shut off or whatever, and that's not why we share the numbers. We share the numbers to give you hope, to say that there's somebody out there doing it this time of year with everything going on. That's why I'm like, in the snow, brand new. Like, you just have to be excited. You just have to make a decision and go. So just know, if you do want to get products to you, like maybe I think last week, a couple of my clients found holes in my store. I'm like, what? I swear, I'm like, you found the one thing that it's not here yet. But if you're wanting to get stuff here before Christmas, they're saying order by the 10th. Okay. So I'm like, I think that's earlier than what we're used to, but order by the 10th. They're just being really safe this year, so that they make sure to get it to you. So just order by the 10th. Also, the star cutoff to be a second quarter star is the 15th of this month. So that's the 15th. And we are doing our Starlight and Sparkle Sip and Paint event on the 17th. So if you didn't save the date, we're inviting everyone, because it's kind of like how we can gather for our holiday party, all of us together. There's 3 of us directors, and then all the stars will all be together, and it should be so much fun. Yes, it'll be virtual, so you can be in your PJs from the waist down and your cute holiday from the waist up. Hopefully you're trying one of the new glams. Like, we should all we're going to show up with our red lips on. That's what we're going to do. Or berry. You can do berry too, right? So that's on the 17th as well. So the 10th, the 15th, the 17th are the first 3 dates that you want to remember. And then make sure that you enjoy the holidays and kick off the new year. Okay, yes, my final selling story that I will share with you. There is, she is actually she's passed now, but she was a power selling consultant in Southern Oregon. And one of the things that she did, like, her kids were grown, and it was just her and her husband at home, usually on New Year's, and they weren't people that like to go out and do big parties or whatever. And so she just knew that they were sitting at home and enjoying themselves. They would watch movies to bring in the new year. And so one year she decided, rather than just sitting around, she would message some people, let them know that there's some New Year's Eve specials. Oh my goodness, you guys. Just from sitting and messaging people, she would collect hundreds of dollars in sales on New Year's Eve, sitting in the comfort of her home, hanging with her husband, and she would collect that. So that is another, like, so don't think that just because, like, oh, well, I didn't do this sale or I didn't do this. I'm like, you guys, be creative and have some fun. Like, if you need to put money in your pocket, that's why Mary Kay is amazing. It's because when you make a sale, half of it goes to restock your product, and half of it is in your pocket. That is instant paycheck. So for those of you that you're like, I can't wait till my paycheck gets here, then book an appointment or go out, like, carry around your temptation basket. Go around to the Jiffy Lubes right now. Like, these guys have not done their Christmas shopping. You could go around and take orders now and then go back and deliver them, 2 days or a day before Christmas, because that's when they're going to go. So now is just amazing time to be selling and just following up. So this time of year, can you still book? Yes, you can still book, but it's a big selling season. And just know, nothing happens until somebody sells something, and it is honorable to sell. Nobody got anywhere in this world without selling something. So just remember that, and keep listening to the Miracle Equation. You should almost be done with it. You should finish it too, Vern. I know. She's like, yeah, I finished it. So finish listening to that. And I believe that's it. I think we're going to cut out. Am I missing anything?
No, those are the main things. And this is the time of year, this beginning of December is when the guys kind of start to think, like Amy was sharing at the beginning, the guys start to think about, oh yeah, Christmas is coming. So this is when I start to begin to touch base with some of the husbands or spouse or spice of the customers. And so just kind of be going through those profiles. It's on all of those profiles. They put their name and phone number on there for a reason. So whether you put them in my customers or you have the paper profiles, so start going through those and sending those messages.
Or you know what? Or just be really bold and make a list of every woman that has a man in her life, and send her out, say, hey, I'm taking care of you this year. Send me your man's number. I've got you covered, right? Like, and you just start messaging the men like that gal did that sold $3,000. She's had a list of 60 people. That's not a ton. Like if you were getting married, you would come up with a list much larger than 60 people, right? If you were planning your decade birthday, you'd probably come up with a big list of at least 20 people, right? Like, how do I narrow it down? You can totally do it. So have fun with it and just be creative. But if you missed all of the sales already, don't worry. I love what you just said, Mike. Don't worry, they're not done shopping. So you can go to work like around the 20th,
Totally.
and collect all those people. So it is time to collect that. If you're watching this, message us. If you're watching with us later, just message us what you took away and what look you're trying, because we know that you tried the challenge. We can't wait to see pictures. Share them in our groups that you tried something new. That shows us that you're being brave and that we want to double our brave this year too. So bring it on. Let's have some fun. Just remember, you are not a chicken. You truly are a superstar. So let's rock it. We're sending some love your way.
All right. Bye, guys.